Hello, welcome back. We will be creating an array to be printed out backwards. So when we're programming it, we're going to program it as 11, 2, 6, 27, and so forth. But the compiler is going to actually print it backwards using recursion, by the way. So let's begin. First, we're going to import, or we're going to include, oops. We're going to include a library. Then we're going to define our array. We're going to do a defining of size 8. Now we're using namespace because we need it for count. We're going to do printing of the array. We're going to do prototype of our function. We're going to call it recprint for rec meaning recursion. And this is an int for our array using the, I don't think those are brackets. I forgot the name of them, but those things. Talking about these right here. Found a mistake. Okay, now we're going to do our main function. Okay, so integer array max (11 to 6, 27, 19, 54, 32, 15. And that was us actually declaring our array. And again, remember, it's going to be printed backwards. And now we are going to call our function. So recprint array, which we defined right here, 0. Out and all return 0. Okay, now we're going to do the function. So void recprint int array int index. If the index is not equal to the max, what is the max? It's the array right here. So if the index is not equal to the max, and what is the index? The index is this, 0. So it starts off with 0. -1. Recprint, which is our function, index +1. And we're going to do a count array index. And do a space. That way when the numbers print out, they would be printed out with a space between them. All right, and now we're going to see if this works. It should work. Okay, there might be an error. Expected before, and that's on line 10. Oh, here it is. There's my mistake. Let me fix that real quick. Wait, oh, okay, I have another one. Oh, keep forgetting my semicolons. Seriously. All right, there it is. 11 to 6, 27, 19, and then it prints backwards. So let me go over this real quick. First, we're including our IOStream library. We're defining the array. We're using namespace because we need it for count. We're calling our function. We only need one function from here, so it's a function prototype. In our function prototype, we're going to void it because it's not going to return anything. We're just going to print it out. If it were to return something, we would probably want to use an integer for it. So it would be like this, int rec there, which is fine. We are also calling the array as a variable, but we're not putting the numbers in just yet. We're going to do that in the main, as you can see. And then we're also calling another integer, and that it will be 0. Here's our array. We're calling our array, we're calling it array, and then the max is inside. And these are all the numbers inside our array. There should be 8, as you can see right there. Now, if we took off 1, this is what will happen. The compiler would say, error, it should hold 8. There's not enough. And then if you had a little too many, it would say there's too many of them. So the max is 8, and that's our max, as you can see. Now we're calling our function. We're calling our function, which is the array. We're calling the array, and the 0, which is the integer. And this is just, honestly, that might not be as necessary, but I put return 0 just in case, so that way it finishes till completion. And this is not necessary either, so you can delete that, I suppose. But so for the function, it's void rect print, and then we're taking from this an array. That we're not calling the max just yet, okay? Because the max is already going to be in here, and the integer is will be 0. So if the index, not the integer, the index will be 0. So if the index, which is 0, is not equal to max minus 1, so what is max minus 1? Well, 11 minus 1, I believe it's this way. 11 minus 1 is 2. Then rect print array, which is all of these, index plus 1. So the index is 0, right? What is happening is the index will be plus 1, which is the next one. So 11 plus 1 will be the 2, or 2 plus 1, which would be 6. So it's pretty much going forward with that. And then count array index. Okay. Now this code will be on my GitHub. I'll put a link to it. Hope you guys liked, and like it, subscribe. If you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you.